Title: Next Gathering, October 15th. That night, I followed her, and through the cabin window I saw my wife, her friend, my own sister, and my mom. Then a man in a leather mask and horns walked in with a stockwhip. Start. I still hear the sound of that night, the crack of the stockwhip, the way it sliced through silence like a secret being exposed. It was October 15th, a date I'd only known because of the message that blinked across my wife's phone. Next gathering, October 15th, same place. She said it was a women's retreat. I didn't believe her, not anymore. The message wasn't meant for me to see, but I did, and that's how all of this started. I parked 200 feet from the cabin, lights off, engine cold. The woods swallowed sound. I could see them through the fogged glass window. My wife, her friend, my own sister, and my mother. 4 women I trusted with every thread of my life. They laughed like they were in on a private joke. My wife wore the same white sweater she'd told me she lost months ago. My mother poured wine. My sister lit candles. Then the door opened. A man stepped in. Leather mask, horns, stockwhip. They didn't scream. They welcomed him. My stomach turned. My mind didn't. It cataloged everything. The symbols on the wall, the timing, the rhythm of what they chanted, and then arms. Rough. A security guard, bigger than I could handle, yanked me from the bushes and shoved me into a black van. Inside sat a girl wearing a mask. She said, "You need to know something." When she took it off, my breath stopped. Because it was my wife's face, but younger, sharper. Her eyes burned with something my wife never had: fear. When I first met Claire, my wife, she was calm, magnetic. She had a stillness I mistook for grace. My mother adored her instantly. My sister called her perfect. I thought I'd won life's quiet lottery. We built everything together: our home, our finances, our image. It wasn't until last year that I noticed the small things: missing weekends, strange deposits in our joint account, and my mother's new fascination with private gatherings. At first, I thought it was spiritual nonsense, some self-help sisterhood thing. I was wrong. They weren't healing. They were building something, and I wasn't part of it. The girl in the van, Lena, told me the truth. She wasn't my wife. She was her half-sister, a secret child my mother had when she was 17. My mother had hidden her away through an adoption agency. Years later, Claire found out, used it, manipulated it. That retreat was a blackmail ring. They'd gathered women with influence, men with money, families with secrets. They used humiliation, ritual, and fear to control them. And I was next. My wife, my sister, my mother, they'd planned to ruin me. All the fake investments, the documents I'd signed, the night I'd be invited to join their circle. Only I wasn't supposed to find out yet. I didn't confront them. You never confront people like that. You corner them. I played the role: confused husband, naive brother, dutiful son. Meanwhile, I dug. I mirrored my wife's phone. I hacked into their hidden drive. I learned how she routed funds through charities that didn't exist. How my mother's retirement trust was a shell company. How my sister's firm laundered everything under consulting fees. For 6 months I smiled through dinners. I kissed cheeks. I played dumb. Then, piece by piece, I built my revenge. I rewrote the bylaws of their little circle using their own documents. Filed them legally under a shell name, the Gathering Collective. Guess whose name I put as founder? My wife's. Then I transferred every illegal transaction into her accounts, every offshore deposit, every false ledger. It took precision, patience, and an unshakable calm they mistook for forgiveness. On October 15th, 1 year after the night in the woods, they gathered again. Same cabin, same ritual. But this time, the man in the mask didn't come. I did. The cameras I'd hidden streamed everything live to a private cloud, one set to forward automatically to the FBI, local press, and my lawyer at midnight. They didn't see me until I was standing at the window. My wife froze first. My sister followed. My mother's glass slipped from her hand, shattered across the floor. "Don't move," I said, calm as rain. I just came to watch the truth crawl out. Then I pressed play on the recording. Their own voices, their deals, their plans. Every lie uncoiled in surround sound. Panic bloomed like wildfire. My wife screamed for her phone. My sister begged. My mother, God, she just stared at me, like she finally saw the son she'd created. By the time the police arrived, it was all over. The warrants were waiting, the bank accounts frozen, the gathering collective exposed as a network of financial and emotional extortion. Claire tried to spin it, of course, claimed she was a victim. But you can't fake sincerity when your mask's already been torn off once before. She looked at me from the back of the police car and whispered, "You planned this." I didn't deny it. I just smiled. People think revenge feels like fire. It doesn't. It feels like still water, deep, cold, and absolute. I visit the cabin sometimes. The candles are gone now. The air smells of dust and pine. I sit where they once laughed, where they once planned to ruin me, and I listen to the silence they left behind. Lena left town after the trial. She sent me a single postcard. "You did what they never expected. You became one of them, but better." Maybe she's right. Maybe revenge doesn't make you free. Maybe it just teaches you how to live without illusions. But that's fine. I don't need illusions anymore. I have truth. And truth, when you wield it right, is the sharpest blade there is.